Some of my friends went to Vietnam and some of them didn't come back. Some of them came back with some serious injuries, either physically or mentally, and really had an impact on me. I realized that I couldn't, in conscience, go and kill somebody or put myself in a situation of either killing or being killed. So I filed for conscientious objector status with my draft board. You know, fast forward to current time, and these wars in Iraq and Afghanistan started, and it was like deja vu. Here we go again, another Vietnam, except now you don't have the jungle, you have the sand. And it just broke my heart, you know. So I thought, what can I do to help to prevent this from happening in the future? And this idea of this wall kind of came as in a flash. I'm sitting in the Sebastopol Plaza, and there is a sculpture there that says peace in 30 languages. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe I could make something that would complement that. Bring forward the peacemakers, give them a voice, give them a seat at the table when these things come up. We've had enough war memorials. How about some peace memorials? How about a counterbalance to that? I'm over there envisioning this thing and thinking, well, how big should it be and where will it fit? And I'm spending quite a bit of time there just running it through my mind. Then I walk across the street and I run into Richard Ritecki. He says, what are you up to, Michael? I said, well, actually, I'm just trying to envision the peace wall in the plaza. He says, well, how can I help you?
I served in Vietnam for 13 months. It had a tremendous emotional and life-changing impacts for me. My life as I knew it had been destroyed while I was gone. I wouldn't wish anyone to go through it, no. You know, if I had a chance, I'd bring everybody home from wherever they are. And it was very clear when I saw the model that I wanted to be involved.
All we are saying is give peace a chance. Thank you all for coming and helping us to honor the peacemakers among us.
Let's just take a moment now in silence as we come into our hearts, that tender place where peace and harmony reside no matter what.
So I want to read the inscription on the peace wall because this is really encapsulates the purpose of the peace wall and why we're here today. We honor the peacemakers whose names are inscribed, who have during their lives worked for peace and against war, for justice and against injustice, for nonviolent resolutions and against violence, and for the common good and against selfishness and greed. By honoring these outstanding individuals, we also honor all who share in the collective desire to rise above differences of race, religion, nationalities, and ideologies to that place where we are all brothers and sisters, where we share a common humanity and a common desire to live in peace with all the people of the world. Being a peacemaker or peace activist is not easy. It's a difficult job. You're often marginalized or ignored or not taken seriously. We're here today to let these honorees know that they have made a difference, and they do make a difference. They made a difference in our lives, and we want to honor them and show them the respect and appreciation they deserve, and we want to encourage them to continue in their work, and we're also here to inspire others to get involved.
The mayor of Sebastopol, Sarah Gurney, and Una Glass were our lead-ins to how do we do this with city government.
So here in Sebastopol, we're saying we acknowledge these wonderful peacemakers who are preserving our planet, preserving our world, and honoring humanity. Symbols matter. Words matter.
We want to put people on there who have really demonstrated a commitment to working for peace and in a nonviolent fashion, and try to inspire others to follow in their footsteps.
It's been great that so many of you came to celebrate this work. It was put together and imagined by a war resistor and a soldier who was resisting war. I really began to understand war because of soldiers who were resisting war and racism from within the military. Where these soldiers had been in Vietnam, they saw what was happening, their intention was to be patriots, and they knew that what was going on there had nothing to do with democracy or patriotism, and it was a horrific experience for them. And they started talking about it at great risk. They were really some of the first teachers that I had in how to be a social activist and an anti-war activist.
Those of us who have been working for peace and social justice, rarely do we get recognized. So many wonderful people to be on that wall, to be included in that group is kind of awe-inspiring.
Today I accepted an award for my friend Charlie Litkey. He has such a remarkable story of his life. He started out as a Vietnam chaplain, and after the war, at age 40, he became a peace activist, and he dedicated the rest of his life to stopping wars.
I was adamant from the beginning that this monument be placed in the center of the town, because placing it somewhere else was more taking the peacemakers and marginalizing them, and not really putting them front and center where people could actually see them. They need to be seen, and they need to be heard.
We continued the struggle as God gives us the strength to carry on. Don in his weekly ministry at the Sonoma County Jail, and me with my legal ministry to the poor.
I think the materials themselves really kind of reflect on how important we think these peacemakers are. And I wanted them to feel honored to be part of this and feel to have their names engraved on this. I landed on polished granite. I wanted it to work just as a beautiful monument or beautiful sculpture in and of itself. And then I also wanted it to work as a vehicle to promote peace and as a vehicle to honor peacemakers. Yeah, I want people that see the wall or walk by the wall or drive by the wall to know that this community has taken a stand for peace, that we want to look for nonviolent resolutions of conflict, that we want to avoid these wars, and we want to move towards a more peaceful world for everyone. The hope is that during the year, people will use it to a place to meditate, maybe a place to meet people and have conversations. I think it has the potential for inspiring other communities to do something similar, something to honor peacemakers, something to promote the cause of peace, and have those visible in their communities, get people engaged and feeling more empowered and feeling more hopeful. Get beyond differences of race, religion, and so forth, to that place within each of us where we have a common humanity. If we can get to that common ground, I think we have some hope that we can resolve these conflicts peacefully.